If you're like me and have social anxiety and you feel like it hurts you when you're trying to make new friends, I got you. This is exactly the episode for you. Welcome back to Accidentally Intentional, where we are on a mission to break through surface level connection and build rich, meaningful friendships. So like I said, I have social anxiety. I'm guessing that you probably do too, hence why you're watching this video. And let's be honest, social anxiety stinks when you're trying to make new friends, because the anxiety is coming from a part of our brain that's telling us we need to be on high alert. We might get socially hurt. We might get rejected. We might, you start spiraling, you having all of these thoughts. So your body's in a way trying to protect you. It's like the mental version of stranger danger, except this one makes you feel like you can't get to know anyone. So in this episode, I'm going to lay out for you exactly how I navigate building new relationships with my social anxiety and not letting it control and take over in the middle of that relationship building process. Because for me, it all starts up here with the mindset. I just talked about what our brains are trying to do. And I'm not a psychologist and I'm not a therapist. I'm just saying from my own observations, that's what I know to be true about my social anxiety. And so the reason we have to think about our mindset is because everything starts there. So the first thing that I have needed to do, noticing that I have social anxiety, even to this day, anytime I walk into a room full of strangers, my body starts firing and going on high alert. I remind myself, I belong in the room. I remind myself of truths like that so that I get the confidence that I am there for a reason, and I need to find out what that reason is. See, I'm not going to let the lies that my brain is trying to tell me, you don't belong here, you're going to get rejected, people are going to think you're awkward. I'm not going to let that control me. I'm going to tell the truth to replace that lie in my mindset so that I can go in noticing, okay, thank you, body, brain, for trying to keep me safe, but I'm actually good. I actually belong in this room, and we're going to go forward anyways. The second technique I use, and people think this is funny, but it honestly really works. It's a bathroom trick. What do I mean? No, there's no trick in the bathroom, but right when you enter a venue, find the bathroom as the first thing you do. Because if you make a beeline to the bathroom, you're getting a quick landscape and your bearings of the environment, doing a quick scan, but looking like you're on a mission. And then you go to the bathroom, and that's where you can mentally build yourself out. Okay, I'm here. I saw a couple of people I already know. Okay, what's my game plan going to be? I'm going to talk to them first because I belong in the room. So honestly, heading straight to the bathroom helps me lock in. So that way when I come out, I'm ready to go and I'm ready to have a conversation. And when we're talking about conversation, there's obviously a lot of elements to this, but I have found that one of the most beneficial elements for me in new environments is changing the goal. So instead of making the goal, I need to make a friend tonight, I've changed it to something that is more attainable across the board. I've changed the goal to, I'm going to have one meaningful conversation with somebody in this room tonight and learn something that I didn't know before. Because when you change the goal, then it helps you feel more relaxed and more on mission of the goal actually isn't about me. It's actually about seeing somebody in a different light or for the first time tonight and getting to know them. So there's actually less pressure on you because you're not performing, you're trying to connect. Another technique that helps me, if you have it available to you, is visualization. So here's what this can look like. Let's say that I'm going to meet strangers at a restaurant. I've never been to the restaurant before, but I can look on Google, look at what some of the photos look like, because athletes do this all the time. Visualization actually helps you better prepare for what's ahead. And it lessens some of the anxiety when you're able to see yourself in that environment before you actually are in it. And speaking of dinner with strangers, I want to pause here for a second, because if you deal with social anxiety like me, you already know that the hardest part isn't even the talking to people aspect, it's walking into the room, which is why environment matters ultimately more than confidence. And that is actually why I started using Time Left, which is a friendship app. I love this app. And what I love about it is that everyone at the table has already opted in for the same reason: to build relationships with other strangers in the same city. So you're not crashing a party. You're not interrupting a group that already knows each other. You're not wondering if you belong. You're all there for the same reason. 6 strangers from the same city, no bios, no swiping, no planning spiral. You just show up for dinner. And weirdly, that shared intention alone helped my nervous system to just calm down by at least 3 notches. I walked into my first Time Left dinner with that, familiar stomach drop. And I left feeling so much lighter because it's like, oh, right. Yeah, people are actually here for this sole intention of connecting with others. And connect, we did. It reminded me of my college meal date days, just with better schedules and way better meals, okay? So if making friends feels overwhelming to you right now, or if the fear of saying the wrong thing is keeping you home, this actually could be a really great place to practice those relational skills and tell social anxiety, you're not the boss of me anymore. Try Time Left in your city this week. And hey, here's the best part. If you use the code ZOEYT, ZOEYT, you get 25% off your first month using the app. I promise you from my own experience, this app is incredible. I have made incredible friendships through it, and I know you can too. Which leads me to my next technique that I use, which is the one-on-one technique. When you are in a group environment, I make it my goal, as I said, to have a meaningful conversation with someone in the room. So my goal is to get in a one-on-one conversation with somebody. That way you can go beneath the surface of the small talk to make sure everyone gets a chance to talk and just really lock in with somebody that way. And all over this channel and this podcast, I talk about ways to dig into meaningful conversations. So you can check out other videos for that there. But what I have found is one of the greatest techniques when you're starting a conversation with somebody and really trying to dig deeper is find same moments in the conversation. I would say me too, but that has like a bad connotation now. So what I'm saying by that is finding moments in the conversation where you can relate to the other person. Oh my gosh, I play pickleball too. Oh my gosh, I love Disney too. No way. I'm from, East Coast too. The snow's crazy. It's so cold. I can't, finding opportunities to connect over something together and then building from there. Which means that if you're going to do that, you have to choose to be curious and pull on the thread, as we podcasters like to say, which basically means you hear someone say something and you want to go one step further and pull on that thread. Wait, tell me more about that. I know nothing about sailing. Perfect example. Now, my hope with this episode is that even just one of these techniques you will try this week and see how it works for you and see how your body and your nervous system starts to calm down as you work on that mindset and then use one technique that I discussed in there. I know I just threw a ton at you, as these are all of the things that have worked for me to get my social anxiety under control. And I fully believe you are capable of doing the same. And I believe you are worth building rich, meaningful friendships in your life. And if you just listen to all of this and you're saying, but I am awkward. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel weird. I'm going to do another video coming up soon all about body language techniques that will make you feel more calm and appear more calm, less anxious, less nervous altogether too. So make sure you are subscribed so that you can get that one right when it drops. Hey, thank you for being here. Know that social anxiety does not need to rule you anymore. I believe in you. Let's go build some meaningful friendships this week. And don't forget to download and experience Time Left for yourself. You're going to love it.